Hello and welcome to my track by track for my album Maybe This Is Meta, where I'm going to be going through the origins of the songs, some of the production of the lyrics, and telling you kind of all about the album and the ideas and where it came from. So let's dive into it. So track 5 of Maybe This Is Meta is a song called Maypole Days. Now this was the first song that was written in that album writing period. It was written in September, so it was quite a long time before I decided that I was going to write an album. But it was a song that when I wrote it, I was like, okay, this takes me to the place that I want it to take me to. It began life sat on a park bench, which is the park bench dedicated to the memory of a lady who, when I used to go to the Maypole, she used to run a bric-a-brac store, and she was a big part of my Maypole Day memories from back in the day. And I remember sitting there and kind of these words coming and recording it in my phone. I didn't know what the melody or anything was at that point, but it started life there, and then I very quickly, it was probably finished before October to be honest, I very quickly built up the track and sampled the sound of the birds as I was coming up with the idea back on the bench in September. So the reason that this is on the album was because when I was coming up with the idea of making an album in the first place, I wanted it to be something that was really acoustic-y and really folky. And as different songs came along, that changed the course of the album. As I said before, Love Me was a song that only I could write. This was another one where I was like, only I could write this, because these are really specific things that happen to be in my life, but it's about that universal thing of feeling home. It made the final track listing because it was one of the songs when I was writing it that really moved me emotionally. The production on this was really specific. All I had to do was help the song along. So that's why it's acoustic-y and kind of a bit stripped back. There's not a lot to it. The only interesting thing I would say, particularly about the production, is that the sound of the birds is the sound of the birds that I heard when I was sat on the bench coming up with the idea for the song, which I thought was a really kind of cool little detail. The lyrics for this song, as I've maybe said in the bit before, they're all to do with memories of the Maypole days that I had when I was younger, and the way that coming back to that Maypole festival every year makes me feel. I think the lyrics, from my point of view, really perfectly sum up the way that I feel about the Wellow Maypole and the Maypole days that I remember as a kid. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and go check out the album if you haven't already. Mwah.